Good evening, everyone. The folks from South Carolina should be joining us in just a couple of minutes. Their clock started at 8:53. They're allotted 10 minutes as a cool-down time. And then obviously they need to get themselves over here. In the meantime, a number of reminders. Although before I do that, let me provide the all-tournament team. From Buffalo, Sierra Dillard. From South Carolina, Asia Wilson. From Connecticut, Crystal Dangerfield, as well as Katie Lou Samuelson, as well as Gabby Williams, and the most outstanding player, Gabby Williams from Connecticut. Similar reminders from previous days. Please silence your cell phones. Recording devices are for audio only. Video recordings. Excuse me. Go ahead. Is it possible? Sorry, that was a different Kevin. No flash photography. Video recording is available, again, at ncaa.com/mediahub. Please use the microphone. We have 2 microphones, one on either side of the room. Either Andre or Steph will be able to assist. Please identify yourself and your affiliation. And please be specific as to who you're asking the question. Transcripts from the press conferences will be available in the media room upstairs. And the locker rooms are open for a maximum of 30 minutes after the cooling off periods. As I mentioned, the South Carolina cooling off period was 10 minutes. Connecticut's will be 5 minutes once they enter the locker room. The athletic communications personnel for South Carolina, Diana Colville, and UConn, Anna Labonte. And the format will be similar to Saturday's postgame. We'll have the head coach and 2 or 3 student athletes. Opening statement by the head coach. 8 minutes of questions, max, for the student athletes only. They will then be excused, and we'll open it up questions for 10 minutes to the head coach. As soon as cooling off ends. Coming down the hall are the student athletes along with their head coach, Dawn Staley from South Carolina. They'll be joining us in just 1 minute. Ladies, we'll follow a similar format from Saturday's postgame, beginning with Coach Staley and an opening comment, and then we'll have questions for the student athletes only. They will then be excused, and we'll have questions for Coach Staley. Coach, please.
We got beat by a really good UConn team. Obviously, we didn't have enough to compete in the way that we would have liked to, but now all is well in women's basketball.
Questions for our student athletes. Up here in the front on the right.
Dawn, with all the injuries this team has had this...
Student athletes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please identify yourself and your affiliation. Student
Josh.
athletes only, please.
Josh Hyber, Spurs and Feathers.
I'll get you Josh, though.
Asia, well, all the accolades you've had in your career, all the records, how much would you trade in to give it another go-around and to have another year?
Girl, get out of here.
I mean, I would love to, but at the same time, I think I've served my time at the University of South Carolina in the NCAA. I had a great 4 years. I wouldn't change anything. Coming to South Carolina was the best decision that I've made at a young age. So I wouldn't, I mean, of course, it's all fun, and I hate to see it come to an end, but at the same time, I wouldn't trade in anything from my time that I had at South Carolina.
Thank you. Another question on the right.
Doug Feinberg, the AP. Asia, congrats on a wonderful career at South Carolina. I mean, they were hitting everything in the first half from deep. I mean, I'm guessing the scouting report didn't say they're going to shoot 90% from behind the arc. Is it just, I mean, you see that and you got to think, okay, this may not be our night, that they're just hitting everything in the first 20 minutes?
I mean, it was just the way the ball game was going. We could have tried anything, but they were shooting pretty well. Great from the three-point line, and that was one of our kind of keys, was just defend the three-point line, and we had a little trouble doing that. So I mean, at that point, you just have to give everything that you have and leave it all on the court.
Additional questions? Over here on the left.
Asia Howard, Magdal, High Post Hoops. Congratulations on the career you've had.
Thank you.
When you first came here, did you envision anything like 2 Final Fours, a national championship, 3 Elite Eights? I mean, this program had 13 wins combined in the NCAA tournament. You had 15 over your 4 years. Is this how you pictured it going?
Oh man, not really. I don't know exactly what I was thinking, honestly. I just knew that Coach Staley has done such a great job to this program, and I just knew I wanted to be a part of it. I couldn't have written this out. I couldn't even imagine this as a young girl, but it has definitely been a blessing to play underneath Coach Staley, to be coached by her. And I've learned so much from her and just so much from my teammates over the course of my 4 years. So if I could have called it, it would have been great, but I didn't. And I think that's what makes it a lot of fun, is that it's been a journey. I've been through the ups and downs of everything. I've had a blessing to just compete in the NCAA and make it to the Sweet 16, Elite Eight, and 2 Final Fours, national champions. Like, it's a bunch of girls out there that dream to do that, and I was a part of it with the South Carolina team that no one believed that we could do any of it at all. we were the underdogs. So just to be a part of something and to kind of just show people that it can be done, it's been a blessing.
Additional questions? Up here, Doug.
Alexis, I mean, same thing I asked Asia. You said you guys defend the three-point line well, but when they hit 90% from the first half, does it sort of deflate a little bit, like they're just having a night and there's probably not much we could do to change that?
I mean, I agree with her. You know, when the team's shooting well like that, it's kind of hard to adjust. You know, you can try everything like she mentioned, but they were just hot, simply.
Over here on the left.
Alexis Howard, Magdal, High Post Hoops. Just wondering if you made a decision about your future, about next year.
No, I have not.
Thank you.
Do we have other questions for our student athletes? Seeing none, we thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Staley? On the right.
Don, Tim Wilkin from the Albany Times-Union. Can you just talk a little bit about what Dangerfield did to you guys tonight?
She made wide open shots. They were practice shots. With her feet set, no one really around her. And if you watch them in warm-ups, those are the kind of shots that they hit. And certainly we didn't do a real good job at staying close to home to her. We kind of dug ourselves in a hole by helping off too much.
Question here to the right.
With the injuries and the 3 first-round draft picks leaving, how proud are you of this team that you were able to make it this far?
Super proud. Super proud because, no one had us probably here. And the way that our team performed all year long under adversity, couldn't be more proud of our players and the way that they've handled themselves and, the way that they did not, succumb to, whoa, it's me, why has it happened to me? They just played it out. And we found ourselves in a place in which only us believe that we could be here.
Thank you. Over here to the right.
Right here, Don. Pete Doherty, Albany Times-Union. Look at the stat sheet in the first half. You shoot 56% and you're down by 21. Do you just shake your head and not really know what to do?
Yeah. I thought we for the most part stuck to our game plan. And when you shoot the ball that well, I think our turnovers killed us in the first quarter. We didn't have very many of them. I'd rather have 27 of them tonight and win versus just 13. But UConn makes you pay. You got to pick your poison. If you dig in too much to help, in the paint, they're gonna kill you on the outside. If you overplay on the outside, they're gonna backdoor you for wide open layups. It was that kind of game in which, we could not control it, especially early on.
Up here on the right.
Doug Feinberg, DAP. You've said a lot about Asia over the last couple of weeks, I'm sure, but now that her career is finally over at South Carolina, just what she's meant to you, to this program, to women's basketball.
It's bittersweet. I wouldn't want her to have another year. Selfishly, as a coach, you got to let her spread her wings and fly in the WNBA and overseas. She's done so much for our program, for our state, our university, all the little girls that grow up looking like her. She was a poster child for inspiration and a beacon of hope. And I want her to go to Las Vegas and do the same.
Over here on the left.
Don Howard, Magdal High Post Hoops. Just to follow up on that, you obviously had the program on the trajectory already, making the NCAA tournament several times before Asia got here. But where do you think the program would have been if Asia hadn't made that decision? How pivotal has that been in you getting to the point where you are today?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really answer that. Obviously we were on a trajectory of being a really good basketball team and program. It's like asking, where UConn would be without Diana Taurasi. That's kind of unfair. But Asia was an integral part, of taking our program to the next level. And there won't be a whole lot of Asia Wilsons, left in our game. I'm just really fortunate that I got the chance to coach her for 4 years, and knock on wood, for very few injuries.
Over here to the right.
Coach Jim Clark from Women's Hoops World. The UConn actually rebounded you guys, which I don't think anybody expected to happen. How important do you think that was to the outcome?
Not very important. I don't think rebounding was a real factor. It was the 3 points, the open threes really opened the game up for them. For the longest, we were out rebounding them. But there aren't very many rebounds when, we shot 50%, they shot 59%. It's not very many rebounds to get, once two teams are shooting that way.
Thank you. Additional questions? Seeing none, Coach Staley, thank you.
Thank you.
For those who may not have heard, the all-tournament team consists of Sierra Dillard from Buffalo, Asia Wilson from South Carolina, Crystal Dangerfield, Katie Lou Samuelson, Gabby Williams from UConn, and the most outstanding player, Gabby Williams from UConn. She, along with Crystal Dangerfield and head coach Geno Auriemma, will be with us shortly. We're joined on the dais by head coach Geno Auriemma, as well as student athletes Gabby Williams and Crystal Dangerfield. Congratulations. We will follow a similar format from Saturday's postgame. Coach, we'll have an opening statement from you. Then we'll have questions for the student athletes only. They will then be excused. And we'll have questions for the head coach. Coach Auriemma.
Thank you. Well, I've always said today's the hardest day in all of, of all the games that you play, today's probably the hardest. The next hardest is the one you play on Friday night. To get back to the Final Four, every team starts the season saying, that's our goal, to go to the Final Four. So for us, it's an opportunity to go back to where we felt like we didn't really give our best effort. We lost to a really good team, but it happened in a way that was really, really disappointing. And I know that we were really anxious to go back and put ourselves in that same situation and see how much we've changed since last year. So I'm excited for our team, and I'm thrilled for these two up here, and what they did was pretty remarkable. So
Thank you, Coach. Do we have questions for our student athletes? Over here to the right.
Tim Wilkin from the Albany Times-Union. Crystal, yesterday you sat up on the dais, and I don't think you were asked one question. And here you are tonight with a performance that, really set the tone for your team. Can you talk about the last 2 days for you?
The last 2 days, Coach is really just telling me to be aggressive, make plays for myself, make plays for my teammates. And right before the game started, Coach pulled me to the side and told me to get back to what I was doing early in the year. And I think tonight my teammates did a great job of finding me when I was open, and I was able to knock those shots in early.
Thank you. Another question on the right.
Aiden Jolly with Upstate Courier. I have two questions, actually. First one's for Crystal. When you look at kind of your game by game, it seems like you come out stronger in the higher pressure games. With that being said, do you almost consider yourself a big game player?
I would like to say that sometimes. Most times I can't, but tonight I think I'm able to say that. But again, it was just credit to my teammates. They were finding me when I was open, and I was able to knock those shots in. But it was really just really wanting it for my team. We wanted to get back to the Final Four, and we came out with great energy.
Go ahead, Aiden.
And for Gabby, with you being a senior, did you kind of almost expect to get back here knowing that you've been here your 3 years before?
I don't think we expect anything as far as we're just going to get here. We look at the game ahead of us, and we take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, and then these kind of things, they just kind of come. But I don't think we, like Coach said out there, we're not entitled to anything. We have to earn it.
A question here to the right, Doug.
Doug Feinberg, DAP. Gabby, Coach said how you guys want to get back here. Last year you didn't play as well as you could have in that Final Four game. Has that been on the minds all season that, we want to get back there and sort of redeem is probably not the right word, but get back and maybe get further than you did last year when you probably could have gotten to the championship game?
Yeah, I think we didn't want to look too far ahead because we knew that if we were just focused on getting back to the Final Four, getting back, from the beginning of the season, then something else would kind of catch us off guard. So, like I said, we just took it one game at a time. And I don't know, redemption, I don't know if it's the word, but I think we definitely have something to prove, I think not only to the rest of the world, but to ourselves as well.
Thank you. All the way in the back on the right.
Charlie Cream, ESPNW. Crystal, I think it was maybe your fourth three-pointer. You started running back on defense. You almost looked surprised that you were so hot. Were you that surprised, or did tonight surprise you at all?
I don't think I was surprised. I think I was just excited. It may have looked like shock. I don't really know, but I was just excited. And we were going on a run at that point, and things just were in the flow, and it felt good.
Over here to the left.
This question is for Gabby. Last season, going in the Final Four, everybody remembers that shot that AKA Itty Bitty took over you. Does that play any motivation? Like do you even think about that going into the Final Four this year?
Well, I don't have much of a choice but to think about it because it's brought up almost, in every interview that I do, especially going forward. So, yeah, I think about it all the time. But I can't take anything back. All I can do is just look forward and see if, what I can do going into Friday's game.
Other questions for our student athletes? Over here on the right.
Gabby, Vicki Fulkerson from the New London Day in Connecticut. You guys looked like you were really enjoying passing the ball to Crystal. Was that fun? Just like driving and then dishing to her and watching her make those shots.
Yeah, I was kind of just trying to keep an eye out for her, whenever I was driving because I knew she had the hot hand, and it's fun to watch your teammate kind of go off like that. And she was having fun with it, which she's very different on the court than off the court, and she's very serious and, kind of stoic on the court. So to see her kind of crack a smile and then her look over at the bench, it gave energy to the rest of us.
Over here on the left.
Gabby, Howard Magdal, High Post Hoops. By virtue of the role you've had on this team this year, and last year really as well, you've done a lot of defending of opponents bigger than you. And I'm just wondering, is that your comfort zone? Do you prefer to defend the 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", or at the next level, are you hoping, the matchups are more like, more people 5'11", 6 foot?
It's not in my comfort zone, I would say, to guard people who are that much bigger than me, but it's helped me get better, and playing Asia these last couple of years has definitely made me a better player. And, I do feel more comfortable guarding people on the perimeter, but the fact that I've been able to do this for the last 2 years, I think it's going to help me at the next level.
Any additional questions for the student athletes? Seeing none, we thank you and congratulations. Good luck in the Final Four.
Thank you.
And questions for Coach Auriemma? Over here on the right. Yes, sir.
Oh, you're right. Geno, Jim Clark from Women Hoops World. I think this is the only time this year, and maybe for a long time, that anybody shot 50% against UConn.
Yeah, I brought that up in the locker room. Not to them, but I just commented on it.
The two numbers that stand out are they shot 50% and you guys won the rebound battle. Can you comment on both those things?
Well, I mean, some of the shots that they got, I would hope they would shoot 50%. I mean, it was like they were getting layups. They had a couple guys on their team arguing who's going to shoot the layup this time. There were so many layups available to them. So they spent a lot of time of the shot clock trying to get the ball to certain spots, and we traded a bunch of threes for twos, and you can't make people miss all the time. They're good players, but to actually out rebound them the way the game first started, I thought we were going to get killed inside, but we said two things had to happen tonight. One, we needed to keep the ball out of the lane, either on the dribble or on pass, and we didn't do that. And we had to keep them off the board so they didn't get a lot of second shots, and we did a great job of that. They didn't get a lot of second shots because they didn't miss many.
Question to the right, in the back.
Joe Zone, Channel 3, Hartford. Geno, I think yesterday or the day before you said at this time of the year there's a number of players who might be able to carry your team at this time. Was Crystal one of the players on your list?
That woman there in the dark blue shirt in front of you, is she part of the media or is she just playing on her phone? That's my wife, by the way. I've often said, and I think it played out tonight, I've often said that if you have a certain culture that you've established in your program, and obviously you have enough talent, that's generally speaking sufficient to get you to this weekend. But then to get out of this weekend and to win next weekend, your team generally is not necessarily going to be that what gets you there. It's going to be an individual or two, like these two, that have spectacular performances that separate themselves from everybody else. And the reason we won by so much is our team played great. But even had we not played or shot the ball as well as we did, the way those two played would have been enough to get us to next weekend. Just individual brilliance on their part. And that's what you need at this time. Asia Wilson didn't have enough help. She was really good tonight. But individuals move you past this point. We had a couple of them, three of them in the locker room today after the game, just to remind everybody that they're not as good as they think they are. When Kalina Green, Stewie, and Tina Charles came in. But it's having those kinds of players play for you on this weekend that allows you to keep going.
Question here to the right.
Hey, Geno. Doug Feinberg, AP. Can you expand a little bit on just this thought of, is this redemption tour that you're back there? I mean, you said that you're anxious to get back to the Final Four of this team after what happened last year and the disappointment of it. Is this, okay, now you're back in the Final Four. We can't take back last year, but you win the game on Friday. You're, okay, that's what UConn's supposed to do. I mean, Dawn said in her thing that now all's right with women's basketball because you guys are back in the Final Four.
Yeah. Well, somebody asked me at the beginning of the season, and it's usually media people, both inside our building and outside the building. Hey, is there going to be a theme? Like, we're going to make T-shirts, this year? I said, no, I've never been that. There's no theme. There's no, rallying cry, that's going to reverberate through the entire season that's going to carry us back to the Final Four. I don't buy any of that stuff. What I do think is these kids are pretty good at, somebody said it back there, that they're pretty good at understanding when it's a big game, and they generally show up in big games. This year, every single one. That is what you need more than a slogan. So what happened last year, you can't take that back. Mississippi State deserved to win, and South Carolina deserved to win a national championship. That's ancient history now. When we go there and we play Friday, whoever we're going to play, we can go in there and be beside ourselves about trying to redeem ourselves from what happened last year, and it won't matter if we don't play great. So I'm glad we're going back there, but that's that.
Question in the back on the right.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations. Ken Kreitzer, American Legion Radio. Just looking at the one number jumps out to me, 36-0. It's just extraordinary. You don't see that very often. How do you generate this consistent quality of play from your team?
Well, as I said, I don't know that it's one particular thing. We have a really good group And, we try to recruit certain kind of kid. We were talking about this the other night at dinner that to get consistently the results that we get, you have to have super competitive individuals and it's something they have to learn when they come to Connecticut, that every day is a competition. Every day you're competing. And that whenever you settle for just being okay, then all of a sudden we're not Connecticut anymore. If we take a day off in a game, if we just decide we don't feel like it and don't show up one night and get beat by a team that has no right to beat us because we have way more talent than them, then we wouldn't be Connecticut anymore. So you have to recruit those kids that if they were playing a crossword puzzle game, they would want to win. A card game, they would want to win. All right, everybody line up. They got to be first in line. And that's what allows you to stay where you are, because it's pretty hard to do better than what's been done at Connecticut.
Question on the left.
Hi, Geno. Howard Megdal, High Post Hoops. I asked Dawn about this as well, but I wonder, if you look at the macro view of Asia making the decision to go to South Carolina, how much you think that really changed in a lot of ways what's happened over the last few years, and just reflections on someone who's able to do as much as she did, overlapping with the kind of success you guys have had, overlapping the Stewie era, and still, managing to succeed as much as she did.
Yeah. Well, a lot of programs struggled during the Stewie era. And there may have been more teams winning national championships if Stewie had gone to some other school. But there are players that become program changers, I remember when we got Rebecca Lobo, it kind of changed the perception of our program, and it changed where we were able to go and who else we were able to get. So sometimes it just takes one player, especially if it's a local player like Asia was. So she obviously made the right decision, and their basketball program has gone from being good to being great to getting the kind of crowds that they get and to winning a national championship and a couple Final Fours, She's left a pretty impressive legacy at South Carolina. So wherever the program goes from here on in, they'll always refer back to her and what she did.
We have time for one more question over here on the left.
Hey, Coach, it's Azar Johnson from MV Magazine. I was wondering, last year when I saw you at the Bridgeport bracket, even though you beat the upcoming teams like UCLA and Oregon, you were still a little concerned. You had some concerns, and everybody, the media was kind of looking like they didn't get it. But then when you went to play Mississippi State, you had even stated you wasn't surprised that happened. Do you have any of those type of similar concerns going into this Final Four, and if or different concerns, and why?
Yeah, I've always thought that, you can go to Final Four and sleep easy if you know that there's nothing that could happen that can derail your team. And believe me, I've coached a bunch of those teams where, as long as we showed up on time, we were going to win because we were just that good. What always worried me last year was we were able to overcome a lot of things and a couple big things that if we were ever in a situation where we faced that and didn't make shots, that what happened would happen. And it came to pass. A big, physical, strong team that made shots and made it difficult for us, and we missed shots. So we went right away down 16, but then we're Connecticut, so we outscored them by 21, and then go up 5. And at that point, really, it's like we almost realized I don't know that we're going to be able to keep doing this. They were just too relentless, and we just couldn't get shots to drop. And I think some of our guys, the moment was too big for them because we had a lot of role players playing big roles. A lot of guys that during the Stewie era were just kind of hanging around, you know, being great supporting actors and actresses. And now all of a sudden they said, hey, step up. We didn't have it in us. There's no shame in that. We did that to a lot of teams. And now going in, I still worry about the size difference. I mean, we're the only team in America that brings a 6'6" guard off the bench. I mean, our post players are what they are. You know, we got a 6'6" post player that is a 2 guard in waiting, or a 3-man. What was your question? Am I getting a nun? All the nuns that I knew, there were a couple that liked me too. I was a good Catholic boy. My wife will tell you that. I followed orders. I wasn't a rabble-rouser. I didn't get in trouble. But that didn't mean you didn't walk out of class a lot of times like this. And if you talk to somebody in line when you're the crossing guard, the nun's behind you, and you don't even know it, and you get whacked in the back of the head. I think today's kids are missing out on so many great experiences that we got to experience. And every time I see Loyola play and I watch her, I go, man, I knew a lot of women just like her. And God bless them because they teach you the right thing at the right age. They are worth their weight in gold, those women. I have so much respect for them. I might try to find one, though. I might go back and make a phone call to where I went to school, see if any of them are still hanging around. That would be pretty cool. But we're a state school, so I would get 10 letters going, all right, now we'd have to have like a nun, a reverend, a rabbi. You know, we'd have to have, everybody would have to be represented, so we'll get too crowded on our bench. The NCAA wouldn't allow that.
We are out of time. Coach Auriemma.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.